Hey guys, welcome back to Skies of Arcadia Legends. Last time we discovered a lot regarding both perhaps some major insight into Galcian and Ramirez's history, as well as our own, including the origin of our scar. In this episode, we're here at the Land of Ice. You've kind of already seen where I got to. It's on the southernmost point of the map, can be directly accessible by South Ocean. Meanwhile, since everything else here has a bit of a allergy to red magic, and I do need to increase the number of people that can use Incremus. Alright, now I don't know if you remember that big spider-like thing that I said was not a discovery, and I'm going to make sure I got the right crew set up. Which, actually, since I'm here, I told you guys I'd take two tours of the ship. One out here, and then one with the crew. And actually, let me do this. Next change. Change crew. I'm only going to change the Jester specifically for a brief moment. But, alright, so. We've got, obviously, our helmsman, whether it's Lawrence or Dawn, is almost always going to be here. I believe, similarly, the engineer can be found roughly around here. There's Moegi. Let's see. Oh, well, you saw Power running around. Let me see if... I wonder if I changed mid... kind of saw Power running around over there, so let me go back in and make sure this actually works. I've never actively gone out of my way to change crew in the middle of my ship. Okay, so yeah, Pal's gone, but if he's your active Jester, he's just going to kind of be running around, being the moral support of the ship. Alright. Now, if you head back here, this is where your lookout is naturally going to be. And this is one of those static positions. They're always going to be there. There's a few job listings that are pretty much almost always in the same spot on the ship. And there's Domingo. Tika will be kind of busy. I almost want to think he's kind of hanging off the railing, leaning over. We do want to talk to Domingo at some point later. I know it took me this long to get a tour of the ship. I do apologize, but there was a method to my madness. Alright, and if we go out to our front deck over here, our main deck, this is where all the fights happen. And, of course, your gunner's almost always going to be here. There's, what's-her-face polishing. I want to see what she has to say. I dropped a cannonball on someone's foot earlier, too. There's Enrique. I don't see why you ain't with your girl, but... And both the gunner and their side staff. I can't remember. I think so. We haven't got the other artisan yet. I believe your crewman, your sailor will always be out here too, I believe. I'm not certain on that. I actually have no idea if that's partly dependent on the cook, too. Obviously, come back to our little galley area. Naturally, the cook's going to be here. And if you come down here, as far as I know, no one's up there. There's Merida, and that's the only use for that stage, is to have Merida particularly dance on. There is Khalifa. And there's Kirala, just kind of chilling with her sister. And here's Urala, naturally in the galley, like any cook would be. So, that having been said, let's go back and take the helm from Lawrence. But first I am going to change the active crew member. Namely, because like I said, increasing the value of the ship does not impact any of your swashbuckler ratings, extravagant or otherwise. And POW is just generally more useful. Urala, Holly. Yeah, Urala is way better. Yeah, I think I said because I don't use, let's see, Hans and Brabham. Honestly, Brabham's better because there is a way to deal with magic if you're concerned about it. Yep. Now we want to make sure Khalifa is our active merchant for this upcoming ship battle. Kerala Ismail. And, yeah, it doesn't matter on this one. So, now that we've got our active crew, we're going to make a beeline for that spider that is not a discovery. I hope you have not fought it before now. You would regret it if you did, because you will lock yourself out of the extravagant status. You need Khalifa to particularly get the drop that would give you this. What is that thing? Is it an insect or something? Wow, there are things like this flying around. Now this is why I love sailing. You never know what you run into. Alright. So we're gonna start off. Good, I got Khalifa. We're gonna start off with Urala to basically give ourselves a little bit of a advantage going in. Actually, let's use the gear grease for now. And the reason why is because I actually want to start with Incremus. Let's use the gear grease. And Deluxe Kit. We're going to hold off on Urala until the next turn. Uh-oh, Mr. Boombastic is attacking me. I'll try not to use that one. My wife actually doesn't like Shaggy too much. And I don't blame her. The "It Wasn't Me" song isn't exactly the most sensible song out there. And so that's what a gear grease does. It is good, but well, you'll discover later that what I intend to use maybe next turn is way better. And Spiral, and they pretty much only have like 2 attacks. It's Shaggy and Spiral. It's too thin, we can't hit it from the side. Get behind it. Okay, we got behind it. This should give us an advantage. Behind it, are you sure that thing has a front and a back? They both look the same to me. Just leave me alone. I know what I'm doing. If I say it's the back, it's the back, okay? Just fire at it. Thankfully, he got a little bit of a lucky guess, however. Okay, so I don't have enough for Urala. What I am going to do, however, is spam level cannon at it. And this is where, this is where Bell's particularly going to come in handy. Assuming it survives this outcome. To the next turn. The only downside of this is there is a chance of cannon attack missing. Shug it. As you could tell, just with that increments, the damage output has severely been lowered. And of course the advantageous positioning of getting very lucky and guessing where its rear is. There we go, down in one turn. And it is the air purifier in particular you're trying to get, if I'm not mistaken. With Osmond, you would only get the goddess figure. And like I said, lock yourself out of the extravagant rating. Alright, finally, now that we've got that out of the way, we're going to go hunt down for Glacia, which is the next area we need to visit. The Lands of Ice. And there are a considerable amount of swashbuckler ratings here. First off, let's get a Cupel. And I see we got a Cham here. And actually, I'm going to shut up for this whole section, and you can just watch what I'm doing because the music is very pretty. Alright, and with those 3 questions answered correctly, hence the positive swashbuckler rating dings, we are heading into Glacia. This looks like it's the last door. The fog is so thick I could barely see what's in front of me. It's so cold, even the air is freezing. Oh, we can't let that stop us. Vice? Hey, where'd Vice go? I'm down here. And thank goodness. That could have been an instant game over. Vice, what happened? That was close. If we could see the sky through the floor, that means we're at the bottom. Hey, the fog is starting to lift. Oh, I never imagined we'd find this. Wow. There are buildings shaped like icicles hanging from the ceiling. This is Glacia. In the old world, it was the capital of this region. The people that lived here were powerful mages. Using the power of the Purple Moon, they built this city. And because the city was built below the ice, it was unharmed by the rains of destruction. Which begs the question, why were the people of Glacia unable to survive? So Glacia is as it was during the time of the old world. But wait, then what happened to the people that were living here? I don't know. According to the legends, the people of Glacia just disappeared. Nobody knows where they went, or why they left. Maybe they left their city to invade another land, and they perished in the war and in the rains. There we go, that probably is it. I can't even imagine an entire culture becoming extinct. Think of all the knowledge that was lost. Everything that these people worked so hard for is going to stay buried here forever. Let's go. We should find the Purple Moon Crystal before we get buried here forever. This is definitely arguably a contender for the prettiest dungeon in the game, alongside Rixus. I would say this is about my 5th favorite dungeon. Obviously that leaves number 4, and I will get to that. Well, I'll let you know when we're there. Alright, thankfully the path is simple. Just follow this. And alright. So we have the newest cousin to the Walrink, the Sarasic. And you've seen what the Killites can do already. To a degree. Even if it's sped up, it's easy enough to determine. Alright. And of course, these are the Valgans. We've already seen these guys. Thankfully, the enemy spawn's been very lucky, because there are 2 enemies here that are particularly tough. This is one of them. This is the Frostworm. And what I want to do regarding this is... Actually, I'm going to do something interesting. I'm going to use Skull Shield. You haven't seen it yet, but Skull Shield... It's arguable as to whether or not it's a better version of Justice Shield. It is basically an automatic, invincible counterattack to all normal attacks, but unlike Justice Shield, it doesn't double the entire party's defense. All right. Now the first direction we want to go is left. And just kind of keep heading down this path until the bottom. And we get the ice splitter, which I actually believe is a weapon for Vice. No. I know who it is now. That is an Aka weapon. Alright. And actually, one other thing I want to do is actually equip Vice with the Selvite ring as well. This seems a little odd, but between Vice being equipped with the Selvite ring and Aka with the Athena with the Constitution gem, there's not a guaranteed chance of a Deathless run being completed here. But since I didn't bother getting more Selvite rings or Constitution gems, I'll go ahead and let you know the boss has an insta-kill attack, so we want to at least keep Vice, who can perform the perfect SP move, alive, and Fina, who can basically perform Lunar Light alive, particularly above all else. All right. Now. Damn, I actually want to run into this enemy, but I can't. I'm just getting no luck with it. And a moonberry. Ooh, actually, I might have an idea with that. Let's see, how many do I have as opposed to how many do I need? I need one more. Alright, first thing we want to do... Okay, wow, like, I'm having the devil's luck today. And in the continued series of people beating us to discovering places... Hello! I'm Sibilant Bane, Rosen! Like I said, don't ask. Like I said, I just took that burst joke and ran with it maybe a little too much. I personally regret nothing. And actually, has Sibilant Bane ever cast spells in this whole game? I don't think so. I might actually decide that, and he burst it. Oh no, this is horrible! I died. Let's see here. Fina. Let's use magic. Alright, now we want to keep our descent downward. Admittedly, this is actually one of the few times it was easier for me to find the chest than the actual path forward, so... Good lord! I'm not going to run into this enemy, am I? If I don't, I'll tell you before the boss battle. I'll tell you what it is, but I'm just kind of surprised. Oh, lucky with crits, I suppose. Alright. It doesn't entirely matter, but if you want to avoid the straight path, the path to the boss, the right and center ones are the ones that lead you to the extras. Just to keep myself from getting confused, I start by heading right. Alright, now I'm going to take the center path. And I just realized I actually might not get the moonberry before... Yeah, because the moonberry is actually after the boss. The spoilers, but... I could at least have mitigated the chances for deathless on 3 of these guys, but yeah, now it's just kind of lucky. It's just going to come down to luck. Alright. Well, let's save here, because it's looking like I really don't need to. And I'm going to use Sacrum on everyone. Oh, now I'm thinking about it. Do I have... Huh. I think this is pretty much my last chance to get a lucky moonberry drop. Fortune ring, which actually is not the thing I need. Okay, so this is the boss. I was hoping to maybe get a fortunate moonberry drop beforehand, but we'll roll. This thing probably will get an insta-kill or two out of me. The main thing is Vice and Fina. And yeah, Fina are safe, which are going to be the two key members to carrying this. Alright. Alright, for now I'm going to take a bit of gamble and just focus with everyone. I'm hoping this thing will use its insta-kill on move on Vice or Fina beforehand, but it's always kind of an avalauncher. Okay, that I can work with. Thankfully, it did not use it. Unfortunately, I didn't know its standard attack could risk confusion. There it is, and it's aimed at Fina. This thing can cause instant death. Thankfully, it's aimed at Fina, who's protected by the Constitution Gem. But there's no guarantee that it won't do that. Alright, you see me drop up more than a fair share of times. Admittedly, this is kind of funny, because I'm not actually sure why, but I think this is more like they're hitting with a similar amount of magic that it might as well be comparable to, like, the amount of magic contained within a moon, because otherwise I couldn't explain this whole attack in any capacity whatsoever. Well, I hate to admit that I am kind of glad it is choosing solely Avalauncher and Death Laser based on the totally wrong target. I mean, this is a particularly determined boss. I've never seen it like so hell-bent on using Avalauncher. And there it is. Well, for the time being, we're gonna revive Enrique. Okay, since I don't think I'm running into it. The enemy you could encounter every so often is actually a more advanced version of the Slothstra called the Dulstra. It is basically the Slothstra with a purple skin and purple coat of paint. Alright. Prophecy again, because... And I might actually try to finish this thing off. And there we go. It's down. Like I said, ideally, there's a lot of things I would have done differently. I would have had a collection of Sylvite rings prior. Alright. Alright. So we're going to take this platform here. But before we go into the next room... get the moonberry I wish I got earlier. And that is not the last treasure chest in this area, but believe it or not, it's going to take a minute before we actually access the final one. Finally, make sure there isn't anything on this side. Don't think there is, but it never hurts to check. Oh, cool. I didn't notice that. He breathes. He's got to see his own breath animation. That's neat. It's so difficult to see. Someone's there! I don't believe it! Who's there? Drachma! Captain! What are you kids doing here? It really is you! I never thought I'd see you again. Yeah, well, it's been a while, Captain. Had a feeling you survived the attack. But, Captain, what are you doing at the bottom of Glacia? What? No, it's not. It is! What's Ragnum doing here? Follow me. Is he dead? No, he's still alive. But he was badly wounded by Ramirez's ships. It is a fatal wound. Ragnum is dying. When Ragnum fled from Ramirez, I got pulled along. If I wasn't attached to him, the little jack would have been destroyed. This is his home. Captain, you mean to tell me that you've been alone here? With Ragnum the whole time? Is that... Vice, look! That light! What? Is that the moon crystal? It must be. Which would mean that this Arkwhale, Ragnum, is the Purple Gigas? I can't believe that Ragnum is the Purple Gigas. The name of the Purple Gigas is Plergoth. According to the legends, the citizens of the Purple Civilization implanted the purple crystal into a living creature. And that means that Ragnar was once a normal arc whale? Yes. I think after Ragnar had been transformed into the Purple Gigas, his master perished, and he's been wandering the skies since. Probably commanding a wage war on the whole world command from his master, no doubt. So this poor arc whale was also a victim of the war. But Captain, why did you stay here all that time? If the little Jack is here with you, why didn't you leave? I've spent my life searching for Ragnar to avenge my crew and my son. I wasted all those years. Ragnar saved me from Ramirez. I just thought that I could watch over him in his last moments. It's the least I could do. That's rough. Why is he making that noise? I'm not sure. What's wrong? I'm here for you. This isn't good. Look at his eye. Ragnar. I see. It's time for you to go. Time for you to join your friends. Goodbye. Oh no. Look, the crystal. I'm sorry, Captain. Captain, are you really going to leave us? Chasing Ragnar was my reason for living. And now I've got to start over. When you're as old as me, it's not easy to change your ways. I'm sorry, but I cannot go with you. Vice, are you sure we should let him go? Yeah, should just let him go. I can't imagine what he's going through right now. Captain, we finally met up again, but I guess this is goodbye. Boy, you become quite a sailor. I'm proud of you. It's a little strange to hear compliments coming from you. Captain, before you go, there's something I wanted to tell you. You said that you and Ragnar were both alone. But you're not alone, Captain. We've been with you the whole time. No matter how far apart we become, we'll still be sailing in the same sky. The same sky, the same clouds, the same wind. We'll always be together in one way or another. We'll never forget you. Captain, take care of yourself. I wish you all the luck in the world. Captain, you better visit us on Crescent Isle. Maybe I will, someday. Farewell. Alright, well. I think this is as good a stopping point as ever. Until then, I'll will see you guys in the next episode. Later.